Hello and happy Thursday. It is not August, September. Oh my gosh, September 7th. I am MJ and this is a general reading for the collective. And today I'm using my unfinished business. This is my ghostly tarot deck. And I just want to say thank you, a huge thank you to everyone who supported or who are continuing to support, hopefully, my project on Indiegogo and on my website as well. It's through your support that I'm able to create decks like this and to create the story. So thank you so much. I am having a lot of fun with this project because it's not just about creating the artwork for the deck and a general guidebook. It's about creating stories that connect to 78 cards, actually 79 because of Valdis. And then on top of that, there's the umbrella story of how the deck got created, right? The Valdis story. So there's like a story within a story and it all connects back to the cards. And I really think it's through story that we learn the deck, we learn the energy, we connect with it, we can feel it. It resonates with us because we can associate our own stories, or we can relate maybe to some of the characters within this deck. So, all right, let's get right to it. Let's talk about the energy that's influencing us today. What's that energy behind our mood, our decisions, how we relate with one another? All right. And again, this is my mock-up deck. So it is a little different than my normal deck, which has, it's again, my normal decks are much wider, and the cardstock is much better than this mock-up. But okay, let's get going. Okay, so the energy that's influencing us today. This is the energy behind our mood. Oof, okay. So here is a story, and I haven't named this poor guy yet, but you can see his life took a dramatic change. When he went up to that tower to tag it and put on his mark here, the last thing he thought that would happen to him was he'd get hit by lightning and be tossed off that tower. Definitely ruined his day, for sure, what may have seemed like a fun activity in the summer to go up and be creative, all of a sudden things went kapooey. So here, having this tower energy influencing us today, what we're going to feel is a little bit uneasy. We're going to feel uncertain about things. We're going to be waiting for that lightning strike, right? We're going to know that there's something about to happen and it's going to shake things up. Maybe you've been feeling, a sense of, I don't want to say dread, right? But maybe a sense that something is on shaky ground. Maybe, you go into work and you start noticing like people are working on their resumes, or maybe your boss hasn't come in a few days and all of a sudden, you start noticing like the FBI is hanging around, you can pick up this clue that something is about to shift, and it's going to be a dramatic shift, and it's going to leave you with a sense perhaps that you're falling in how you turn out is still up in the air, right? It's still uncertain. So that can make us feel queasy. It can make us feel, definitely like when we're making decisions, especially with this tower influencing us, we might not feel comfortable laying down anything, solid, right? Because we don't know what the foundation is going to look like. So let's see what we have here for the upcoming situation. And sometimes, sometimes this tower energy comes in our head, and it's worse in our mind than it is in reality, right? We might be expecting that giant bolt of lightning to knock us off our perch there. But in reality, it might not really be a shakeup that's, that's too measurable. And so again, this is the influencing energy. So this is what we're feeling, right? How we all get to that feeling is very individualized. All right, so let's see. What is the situation? Look at this. So something is coming to an end. And so the story here with this beautiful, beautiful woman here is that she is done all she can as a ghost, right? She's moved on. Like she is ready to go into the light. She's ready for that next phase. Maybe she had something that she needed to resolve in in her space as being a ghost, right? Maybe she had to help someone through a process or through a difficult time of their own. And now that work has been done, now that job has been completed, she is now able to go into this next phase, this next phase of her reality. So for you, having the situation coming up here, this indicates that there's a positive end, that something is coming to a conclusion. And it's going to feel, it's going to feel like all that hard work you've put in, it's so worth it, right? You're able to walk through that next portal. You're able to transition to the next phase with a knowing that you've accomplished something significant, that you're able to put your feet up maybe for a little bit, maybe let out that sigh and be like, oh goodness, I've made it through, right? And having this tower. So, the tower, it's funny because it brings change, right? The tower is this card that makes us feel as though something's about to shake up. I don't know about you, but most of the time when we think about a shakeup, we think about it being a negative thing. Maybe it's a positive thing. Maybe the shakeup is actually something that's going to transition you into something better, that moves you to this place of completion, of finding success, of finding this reason to kick your heels up, let out a good sigh, pour yourself a glass of wine or whatever your beverage of choice is, and give yourself a little toast, knowing that the job was well done. It's time to move on. You've got a success under your belt. All right, so let's see who's showing up as this uninvited house guest. Who's knocking on our door? Because we should be feeling pretty good right now. Maybe we're having a party, but we don't want somebody who's going to knock on the door, walk in, and muddy up our carpet. All right. So coming up here, funny. Okay, so this is a funny story. So we have the Three of Pentacles. So the story that goes with this card is, here we have, and I don't have the names yet for these people. So, but he's someone who, let's just say, isn't the nicest person, right? I mean, he's probably someone who likes to mansplain a lot. And here we have these three women behind him who are using each of their talents. They are working together in partnership to poison him and to take the key and free, well, you can't see it because this card's cut short, to free the poor tiger that he has kept up, because he's got to have a tiger, of course, and to free themselves, free this tiger. They're working together in partnership. They all have a special skill here. So, we have the center woman here with the needle. She's going to inject it into the stake that was procured by this other woman. And then we have the bottle of wine that is also poisoned, because you can't be too sure, right? Just to make sure. So working together here, these three women, and I'm not promoting murder. I'm just saying, maybe they're knocking him out. They're not killing him. Well, I mean, it is a ghost deck. Okay. So, sometimes things happen. Okay. And again, this is all fictitious. It's a fictitious story. But anyway, getting back to the energy connected with this card, we have teamwork going on behind here. It might not be the nicest bit of teamwork, but still, nonetheless, it's teamwork. And I like to think that this guy here deserved it. So, although nobody deserves murder, oh my God, I feel like I have to you all know what I mean, right? Again, this is a fictitious story. So, anywho, teamwork, that is at the core of this card here. So, kind of felt like I went off track. We have this completion coming up, this ending, this time of feeling relieved that you've reached this final phase. And then we have this opportunity perhaps to partner with others, right? Now that you've kind of reached this pinnacle of success, that you've made made it to that ending, that big conclusion, at what's waiting for you on the other side here is an opportunity to partner with other people who share a vision, who have a similar goal, who want to support you just as much as you want to support them, so that you can all rise up even higher together, right? That you can reach even greater heights as you partner in sharing those skills. But at the core here, it's going to be you have a success, right? The situation that you have coming up here is a success. And that in itself is going to open up this door. And when you open that door, you're going to find teamwork. All right, so let's see what the advice here is. So this could be a shift here. You know, maybe you were working as a solo artist, or you were working on a solo, individually at work. And now, because you were able to complete something in your job or your whatever it is that you're specializing in, you're connecting with other people. You're reaching more people as a result of the success. And because of that, you have this ability to partner. Okay. So let's see here. So the advice coming in. Okay, so the moon. So the moon, very interesting here. So be careful that you see things as they truly are. Be careful that you're not letting your imagination play havoc with the reality going on here. Because, you know, with this tower coming in, you might be feeling uncertain about something. And when it's being lit up by the light of the moon, that's where our creativity comes in. And you might find yourself catastrophizing. You might find that something that really isn't a big problem, or something that isn't going to impact you so greatly, you're feeling like it might. And then having this moon energy coming in as a reminder here that, hey, not everything is as it appears. Some things become, you know, much more elongated, you know, in shadows. Things seem so much bigger than they are in reality. And so be careful that your creative mind isn't sabotaging you by thinking that this wind of change that's coming in is one that's going to be destructive. It might be a wind of change that comes in that helps you reach an ending, that helps you reach a goal, that puts you in touch with people. And you don't want to block this out. You don't want to block the support out because of a fear, right? Because of what, you know, what you think might happen. Because, you know, it's in the darkness that our mind fills in the blanks. And if your tendency is to catastrophize, and I am right there with you 100%. If there is any issue going on in my life, I will find the worst case scenario. I am a master at finding like everything that could go wrong within a situation. And sometimes that's good, because it can enable you to come up with strategies so that if something bad did happen, you're prepared. But it can also freeze you. It can make you feel stuck and scared, you know, and it's not always a good thing. So again, here with this moon energy in the advice section is just be aware of when you're letting shadows scare you. Be aware when your shadow's coming out, right? When you're, you know, if you have a deep-seated fear of something, maybe it is change, that could become amplified if you start feeling as though, oh, you know, things are beginning to move in a direction that I'm not comfortable with. And that might just be life challenging you to grow so that you can partner up with someone, grow so that you can find a success, so that when you are done with whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you've been, you know, spending so much time and energy devoting yourself to, that when it's completed, the door that you walk through is one where you team up with people and you find even greater success. So I hope this reading makes sense. Peace, much love, and thank you again so much for your support. I cannot wait to share more information about the project with you. Bye.